Are you stuck in the spin cycle? Do you spend more time wishing and hoping and planning and praying and just trying to hash out? You want all the information. You just want to sit and spin around these details before you actually take action, before you decide that, okay, I know enough to get going. I want to ask you, are you ever 100% certain about the things that you've done in the past, like your first job? Were you without a shadow of a doubt? Did you know that it was the right decision to make? When you had kids, did you know without a shadow of a doubt that it was the right time? How many times were you ready for something before you did it? And how many times are you well, how many times do we allow just to sit and spin around an idea before we actually go for it? When we do that, we get stuck in that inaction. We get stuck in this in this mode that makes it so we can't actually discover our purpose. And even worse, we don't live our purpose. Living our purpose is actually our goal. Discovering our purpose is just the first step. And I'm here to tell you that you're not even going to know your full purpose, your full, like what it is, until you start going and you get clarity and you shift and I talk about how like God like taps you into place as you go, but you have to start off, way out, way out here. And then he can tap you into place. But if you don't act, then there's no way that he can move you. Do you want to live your purpose, or do you want to discover your purpose? Because when we spend time just ruminating and planning and assessing and wishing and learning all the things, and talking to people about it, and we want this such pristine clarity, like crystal clear clarity on our purpose, that's where we're going to stay. When we are willing to get past and really want the living it, that's when good things happen. That's when life gets exciting. And that's where we start feeling the full weight of joy. Just understanding what our purpose is not going to help us feel fulfilled at the end of our lives. Just like those who regret working too much, or we regret the things we don't do. Do you want to get to the end of your life and not say full well that you stepped into who you were called to be? And I'm still getting tapped into place. I'm still getting clarity. I'm still discovering, because I know that God, like on purpose, doesn't tell me everything that I'm going to be doing, because I will freak out and I'm going to retreat and I'm just going to sit in the spin cycle and plan to plan to plan. To look for, let me wait for evidence that I'm ready. Let me wait for a clear sign that this is the direction I go. Most of the things that have brought me joy, that have brought me towards my purpose, are things that are like half-baked ideas that are like, I think this is the direction I should go. I will get sound counsel. I will talk to my coach about it. I will talk to my friends about it, specific friends. Because again, I don't want the friend who is not actually in action themselves. I don't need the friend who's going to protect me. I need the friend who's going to push my butt out the window and say, do it. Don't sit in the spin cycle. Our goal in life is not to discover our purpose, it's to live it. And I don't want you to waste any more time sitting in the pain that you've been through, sitting in, reading books and taking classes and all of these things, trying to discover what your purpose is, when really it's living it that gives you the clarity. That clarity comes from action, and your purpose is no different. Like that's what will give you the insight of what's next. We do that one tiny thing that we have on our hearts that we know, okay, I'm thinking this is the direction. I actually told anyone who knows me in high school I did not like public speaking at all. I did not like, we had a Shakespeare festival that we had to act in. We had, debate classes, all the things. I did not like public speaking. And I remember about 8 or 9 years ago, sitting and talking to a really good friend of mine. And I was like, I think God wants me to talk on stages. And I was like, that's not me. Like, that's not. And she's like, okay, well, yeah, if it's not you, but just listen to what God's calling you to. Just ask Him for some clarity, ask Him for a next step. And then slowly, I was asked to lead Bible studies. I was asked to talk about, well, my story, my grief story, my choosing life story, my choosing joy story. And now I've talked to stages with over 1,000 people, and it's invigorating. If God gave me a small glimpse, and then he allowed just that next step of action. He didn't throw me out on a stage of 1,000. He didn't throw me out in against the wolves and to get devoured. Like he gave me those steps, but if I didn't take that one next step and the one next step, I wouldn't be where I am. If I would have stayed in the planning mode and I didn't actually take some action, I would be ruminating and I would feel the weight of the world on my shoulders versus the weight of joy that I get to experience. So that's what I have for you today. If you, my name is Tammy. I didn't introduce myself. I am an executive coach. I help women. Well, I help you discover your purpose, but then live your purpose. I have had so much joy out of getting out of my comfort zone, getting into discomfort, trying things, failing at things, which is a really hard thing to do. But just that exploration and watching God work, watching Him show up and direct my path, direct my steps. And if I didn't start walking, He wouldn't have anything to direct. So I want to encourage you that is your goal to discover your purpose, or is it to live it? Because what if we took the information we have right now and we started to act? And if this is something, if you want to talk about this, because it's like verbally processing, I'm a verbal processor, whether I'm talking to myself or I'm talking to a friend or my partner or my kids, whatever. When I talk it out, it allows me to like kind of circle it a little bit and then land on, okay, this is what I need to do. Comment deeper. Like, let's find your purpose and then let's start acting and living into it. You're not supposed to stay in pain. You're not supposed to stay searching for this elusive purpose. The joy comes from stepping into who you're called to be, not just discovering it. So let's talk. Let's spend time together. Join the free Facebook group, Divine Destiny. And I'll put the link in here. I know some of you are listening on here, so you're already in it. But let's start talking about what your divine destiny is and what do you get by just discovering your purpose? What could be possible if you start to live into it? All right, friend, with that, choose joy until joy chooses you, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.